Imagine a weapon that fires nothing, no bullets, no missiles, no explosions. Yet in one invisible pulse, every tank dies. Every radar goes blind. Every communication system crashes permanently. Pilots lose control mid-flight. Command centers go completely dark. Soldiers stare at dead screens with no way to fight back. A billion-dollar military reduced to useless scrap metal without a single shot fired. This is not science fiction. This is happening right now on real battlefields. Israel has developed electromagnetic pulse technology so advanced, so precise, and so devastating that military planners across the entire world are losing sleep over it. Today we break down exactly how this technology works, where it has already been used, and why it is permanently changing the rules of modern warfare. Stay with us, because what you are about to learn will completely transform how you understand war itself. Picture a battlefield where no gun has been fired, no missile launched, yet the entire enemy force has been neutralized completely. This is the new reality of modern warfare. Traditional warfare depended on physical destruction like bullets, bombs, and brute force. But the most advanced militaries have moved far beyond that thinking. Today, decisive battles are fought in the invisible spectrum of electromagnetic energy. Modern armies depend completely on electronics for navigation, targeting, communication, and command coordination. Remove those electronics, and even the most powerful military becomes helpless instantly. This vulnerability is precisely what electromagnetic pulse technology exploits with devastating effectiveness. EMP attacks destroy the invisible electronic nervous system holding a modern military together. Without that nervous system, nothing functions, nothing coordinates, nothing responds. Israel recognized this fundamental vulnerability decades before most nations considered it seriously. That early recognition gave Israel a generational head start in developing EMP capabilities that are feared by militaries all around the world today. An electromagnetic pulse is a sudden, intense burst of electromagnetic energy radiating outward at the speed of light, penetrating through walls, vehicles, and aircraft with ease. When this energy wave encounters electronic devices, it overloads internal circuits with massive voltage spikes far beyond what any component can handle. Microchips burn, transistors fry, circuit boards get destroyed permanently in microseconds. Think of it as a catastrophic power surge hitting every electronic device simultaneously with zero warning and no possibility of defense. Smartphones die instantly. Vehicle engines stop. Military radars go completely blind. Missile guidance systems fail mid-flight. Aircraft lose all control inputs simultaneously. What makes EMP particularly terrifying is its completely invisible nature. No visible flash, no audible explosion, no detectable warning before impact. By the time any military recognizes they have been hit, every electronic system they depend on is already permanently destroyed beyond any field repair whatsoever. Israel's journey into electromagnetic pulse technology began quietly during the 1980s, driven by a fundamental strategic insight that proved extraordinarily prescient. Israeli military planners recognized that future conflicts would not be decided by the side with the most soldiers, but by the side capable of blinding the enemy's technological infrastructure first. This insight drove massive investment in electronic warfare research when most nations still focused entirely on conventional weapons. Israel's Mossad collaborated closely with the Israeli Defense Forces and top scientists to develop practical EMP solutions for real battlefield scenarios. By the 1990s, classified Israeli EMP tests produced results that exceeded expectations significantly. The famous Unit 8200, which is Israel's elite electronic warfare division, played a central role in developing EMP technology alongside cyber warfare capabilities. Through consistent investment across 4 decades, Israel quietly constructed an EMP capability that today represents one of the most sophisticated electromagnetic warfare programs anywhere in the world. Israel has developed an entire family of electromagnetic pulse systems, each engineered for different battlefield scenarios and strategic objectives. The first category is the high-altitude EMP device. When activated at extreme altitude, it projects an electromagnetic pulse across hundreds of kilometers, disabling electronics across entire regions simultaneously. The second category is the directed EMP weapon, which is a focused precision beam of electromagnetic energy aimed accurately at specific targets, including individual radar installations or command bunkers. This directional precision represents a fundamental technological leap beyond older indiscriminate systems. The third category involves EMP warheads integrated into advanced drone platforms, allowing Israel to deliver precise electromagnetic disruption deep inside enemy territory without exposing pilots to any risk. Israeli defense companies Elbit Systems and Rafael Advanced Defense Systems have both invested heavily in developing these sophisticated delivery platforms. Together, these categories give Israel an electromagnetic warfare toolkit that no adversary has successfully countered or matched. Israel's EMP technology has been deployed in real operational environments with results that shocked military analysts worldwide. The most significant application occurred during Operation Orchard in 2007, when Israeli aircraft struck a suspected nuclear facility deep inside Syrian territory. Before Israeli jets entered Syrian airspace, the entire Syrian air defense radar network went completely dark silently and instantaneously without any visible explanation. Syrian operators watched helplessly as their screens died, unable to detect or respond to incoming Israeli aircraft. Military analysts widely attribute this radar blackout to Israeli-directed electromagnetic pulse technology combined with advanced electronic warfare systems. The implications were enormous. Israel demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that sophisticated modern air defense networks, costing billions of dollars, could be neutralized completely and silently by invisible electromagnetic attacks. Military planners from Washington to Moscow studied Operation Orchard results with intense concern, forcing complete reassessment of their own electromagnetic vulnerabilities and defensive capabilities. The most terrifying aspect of electromagnetic pulse technology is brutally straightforward. There is currently no reliable comprehensive defense against a well-executed EMP attack. Conventional weapons can be intercepted. Cyber attacks can be blocked with firewalls. Aircraft can be shot down. But electromagnetic pulses travel at the speed of light, leave no detectable warning signature, and penetrate virtually every known shielding material. The technical solution is electromagnetic hardening using Faraday cage shielding that theoretically blocks electromagnetic energy from internal components. However, hardening an entire modern military comprehensively is extraordinarily expensive and practically impossible to implement across all equipment categories simultaneously. Modern militaries field thousands of different electronic systems, each requiring individual hardening solutions. The cost and complexity make comprehensive EMP protection unachievable for any military. Iran has invested enormous resources attempting to harden critical systems against potential Israeli attacks, yet analysts widely assess those efforts remain significantly incomplete despite years of intensive financial investment. What elevates Israel's EMP capability into revolutionary military doctrine is how Israel has integrated electromagnetic pulse systems into a comprehensive layered warfare approach, creating compounding effects no adversary can counter effectively. Consider the devastating synergy between Israel's Iron Beam laser defense system and EMP offensive weapons working in coordinated combination. While Iron Beam physically destroys incoming aerial threats using focused laser energy, simultaneously deployed EMP systems disable electronic guidance systems of additional enemy weapons before they reach their targets. Enemies face two fundamentally different attack types simultaneously. One physically destroying hardware, and one electronically disabling systems, overwhelming any single defensive response completely. Israel has also integrated EMP capabilities into autonomous drone swarm operations, creating platforms that deliver precisely targeted electromagnetic pulses against enemy electronic installations with extraordinary accuracy and zero risk to Israeli personnel. This multi-domain integrated approach represents the absolute cutting edge of military doctrine development anywhere in the world today. Israel's defense establishment is actively developing next-generation electromagnetic pulse capabilities that push the boundaries of what military technology can achieve. Israeli scientists are working on miniaturized EMP devices compact enough for individual soldiers to carry during urban combat operations, giving ground forces unprecedented ability to disable enemy electronics at close quarters without collateral explosive damage. This capability is particularly valuable in densely populated environments where conventional explosives create unacceptable civilian casualty risks. Researchers are simultaneously developing EMP systems integrated into Israel's satellite constellation, potentially granting capability to project electromagnetic attacks from orbital platforms against targets anywhere on Earth. Most significantly, Israel is developing artificial intelligence-controlled EMP targeting systems capable of autonomously identifying and selectively disabling specific enemy electronic signatures without human intervention. These AI-driven systems are designed with discrimination algorithms distinguishing military electronics from civilian infrastructure, enabling precise attacks that neutralize military systems while leaving civilian communications completely undamaged. Israel's demonstrated EMP capabilities have triggered a genuine accelerating global arms race in electromagnetic technology, reshaping defense priorities across every major power simultaneously. The United States has significantly increased investment in both offensive EMP weapons and defensive hardening of military equipment, directly motivated by careful study of Israeli operational results. China has launched massive, well-funded EMP research programs and reportedly conducted successful high-altitude device tests capable of affecting large geographic areas simultaneously. Russia has formally integrated EMP weapons into official military doctrine and deployed electronic warfare systems in Ukraine, incorporating electromagnetic pulse technology affecting Ukrainian military communications. Even smaller nations, including North Korea and Iran, have announced dedicated EMP development programs, recognizing electromagnetic capability as an affordable pathway to neutralizing technological advantages of wealthier military powers. What Israel pioneered quietly across 4 decades has now become one of the most actively pursued military technologies on Earth, transforming how every nation prepares for future conflicts. The world stands at a genuine historic inflection point where electromagnetic pulse technology is permanently redefining what warfare means, and which nations will hold decisive strategic advantages in coming decades. Future conflicts will not primarily be decided by who fields the most soldiers or maintains the largest arsenals. They will be decided by who can most effectively blind, disable, and collapse the enemy's technological infrastructure while protecting their own simultaneously. Israel recognized this transformative reality earlier than virtually any other nation and invested accordingly across 4 patient decades of research and operational refinement. As artificial intelligence systems, autonomous weapons platforms, and networked warfare architectures become increasingly central to military operations worldwide, the ability to deliver precise electromagnetic pulse attacks becomes exponentially more strategically decisive. Israel's sustained investment represents not merely a current battlefield advantage, but a generational head start in the warfare of tomorrow that will define global security for decades ahead. If this video changed how you understand modern warfare, smash that like button right now. Subscribe so you never miss our deep analysis of the world's most advanced military technologies. Comment below and tell us which country leads the world in military technology right now. Every comment gets read. Share this with someone who thinks war is only about conventional weapons. Our next video covers Israel's AI targeting systems completely revolutionizing military operations. Click it now because what comes next is even more extraordinary than what you just watched.